a noise now. I'm going to think about how this is going to be spliced into a porno. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Amber.
How's it going?
Great.
Really? You feeling good? You feeling fine?
Actually, I'm fine. Yeah.
You're not stressed?
No.
You're not anxious?
Mm-mm.
You don't have problems?
I've got no problems. I'm problem free.
Wow. A train?
Yeah.
Oh. You know I got a problem? With trains.
I got a problem with trains.
I've got a problem with fucking trains. No, I don't fuck trains. What? What, Dave?
Nothing.
What is wrong?
No,
you act like you don't have any problems, and then you make faces at me that say, Amber, you're my problem.
No, it isn't that at all. I'm still stuck on 2 weeks ago when Jacob told us he was going to splice our podcast into a porno.
Jacob, fuck you, for real.
Because, like, his question wasn't that.
Uh-huh.
But now that I've had time to reflect, that's pretty much what his question was.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a question. It's, hey, I'm going to take your podcast and splice it into a porno.
Ugh, that is a problem for me. It stresses me out.
And it doesn't stress me out. If Jacob's interested in all this, make an offer.
We're waiting for your email.
I mean,
Jacob.
I would hope at least Jacob would have the common courtey to support us on Patreon. I mean, at least I'm willing to be a whore, right?
Right,
You're a dirty
Janice.
whore, Jacob.
All right, Janice, calm down. Jeez. Holy crap. Whew, cool your tits. Anyway, I brought up problems.
So what's going on, Amber? Do you have problems?
I have a myriad of problems.
Okay.
And I need, yet again, I need your doctoral advice.
Oh, yes. This is Dave, Vampire Doctor, right?
Yes, right. So I have this bad habit when I'm stressed out or anxious, or even when I'm just like, it's kind of like almost like biting your fingernails. It's like kind of like that passive, like,
Yeah. You didn't even realize you're doing it.
yeah. I don't bite my fingernails. What I do is I pick at my head, and it is horrible. Like, look at these patches on my head. Like, there's just like huge, like dime-sized bald spots from where I've been picking my head. Right. And they're bloody and scabby.
Yep. I can see that. I'm going to be honest. I didn't bring it up earlier because I didn't want to be insensitive.
Okay. I appreciate
I thought maybe you were going through a thing, but like I realized you've done this to yourself now.
I have done this to myself, and I'm talking about it because it's become a problem. I do it when I'm asleep. I don't even realize it's bad. It's like I said, like I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I have like blood underneath my fingernails.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to stop it because it's just like one of those things where like I just always do it. So I need your help.
What's the problem? Do you not like the way it makes your head look? Do you feel like it's unhealthy? Do you feel like it's unprofessional? Like what's the part that bothers you most about it?
Mostly the looks. Like it's pretty, I mean, like you said, you're trying to be nice. Like there's not nice people out there.
Yeah.
And they kind of look at me and they're like, wow, you're a manager?
Yeah, you scab head. Right.
You look like you live in a dumpster.
Right.
Do you have
I'm not taking orders from you.
It doesn't help that I never wash my hair either.
Right.
It's super greasy.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of looking a lot like what's his face, head of security in Hogwarts.
Yes. Gosh, I can't think of that name.
I know the cat's name, Mrs. Norris, but I can't remember what's his face at all.
Gosh.
Filch.
Yeah,
so I'm looking a lot like Filch right now. And it just doesn't really like do like it's more of an aesthetic thing because I can tell you right now, like it is so satisfying to pick a scab.
Sure.
Like I can't explain the like pressure release that I get when I pick a scab. It's like it is like a stress relieving thing.
Right.
Which is weird because it's painful.
Sure. But I mean,
But pain is a way to, I don't know.
I feel like we're getting a little deep right here.
About my psychosis?
But no, I mean, like, that's where a lot of self-harm comes from. And I mean, I guess if that's the release you get from it, then it is a form of self-harm.
I guess I'm harming myself. Oh, shit. Dave, this is too deep for
That's what I was like, oh, shit.
Oh, God. It's all right.
Like, we just got into a dark place.
Well, am I self-harming?
I mean, a little.
I get, because it reminds me also of, that's fine, take a dark turn, I don't care. It also reminds me of a friend I had who used to pluck her eyebrows.
Yeah.
Like she would get stressed out and she would just do it as a form of like, it's just like the thing that she did for release.
In all seriousness, like we have listeners and listeners struggle with shit.
Yes.
And like, I mean, like this isn't necessarily the podcast we started to make.
Yes.
Is this like we're going to confess our dark stuff and like help people with it? But if that's where we're going to go, that's where we're going to go. I'm sorry. I thought this was going to be a fun vampire doctor thing.
Yeah.
And then like
you just
as we were talking, it's like, oh my God. Like,
no.
This is the But okay.
So we'll get back to the funny stuff in a second.
Yeah.
But
we're going to take a minute right here.
I never really thought about it as that.
I didn't either until you said it is so satisfying even though it hurts.
Wow.
And then it's like a pressure release, right?
Yeah.
It feels so good even though it hurts.
Huh.
And it's like that's exactly how cutters describe that stuff.
That's so sad and scary for me right now.
Yeah, I know.
But also like good that I've realized this.
Right.
Because like for me it's like biting fingernails. Like people bite their fingernails all the time.
And I'm really bad about that myself.
Right. And so you never really think about like picking or like that as
and I think if it was a thing where like you played with your hair more than that, I think that's exactly that kind of nervous, fidgety kind of outlet, which is its own thing.
Right.
But if the release you're getting from it is picking at scabs, maybe. I don't know. I mean, it's not like, oh my God, we got to get you like institutionally.
No, because I'm not doing it out of I mean, I guess it is. It's just a different form. It's not depression. It's just I'm stressed. I'm anxious.
It's a way you relieve your anxiety, I guess.
Yeah. So I guess I have to get the root of my anxiety, figure that out, but also like monitor my behavior. So one of the things, like for real, like a serious thing I've thought about is actually wearing like gloves at night.
Not gloves, mittens. Mittens is your thing.
Okay.
Because remember, the gloves are one of the worst things about winter.
Oh, that's true. That's right. So mittens. So I've thought about doing that, but also it's like how do I start becoming more aware of it? Because it's one of those things that's so passive to me.
Right.
And like how to stop it when I realize I'm doing it. Because sometimes I'll recognize I'm doing it, and then I'm like, I just finish like doing the picking. Maybe headbands, like, or wearing a hat all the time, or just if you ever see me picking my head, just make me
like give you the eye,
or like to push my like. Ren will hold my hand, or like say, "Hey."
Right.
But it's like, like I said, it's so passive. It's not like I'm actively seeking it out.
Yeah, right. And that's the problem with it is it's an unconscious behavior. But it is tricky because I think it's hard to stop something that I think the first step is making that unconscious behavior more of a conscious behavior. Yeah. And whatever would help you know that. And maybe it would help to cut your fingernails really, really short, so it's harder to get at that stuff.
Maybe I should do that.
I mean, I know they make products that like keep kids from sucking their thumb that's supposed to be really sour or something.
Okay.
And I bet that would hurt like hell.
Oh God, yeah, probably. If I put on my fingers and then went to go the open wound that's on my head, the 40 different hole spots on my head.
Right.
No, right now it's like when we were doing the joke version of this, I was being obviously exaggerating. Right now, it's only 2 spots on my head.
But I honestly, like, I think that make that unconscious behavior conscious.
Yeah.
And then realize that it's maybe a little more problematic than what you were giving it credit for. And then you've got a path to like correct. Which
we just did.
Yeah.
Well, here's to growth and development and getting better, everybody.
Yeah.
Dave's face is so like, oh shit, I wanted to be a vampire doctor. Instead, I became a friend.
Yeah, right. This isn't a podcast about helping each other and being friendly.
I thought that's what it was, Dave. This was like us being friends and just being shitty about stuff. Anyway, you're my friend now.
Yeah. I've never had a friend before.
Oh.
I've just had like people that I can dominate and then other people who have dominated me. And so this is like a mutually beneficial thing. And I think that's really interesting. And I'm going to try it out.
Making more friends?
Just being friends with you.
Oh, what were we before?
Associates.
Okay. But
podcast compadres, I think was the official term.
Compadres?
In the
Compadres.
The fuck are you talking about?
Like pod, like podcast?
Oh, God.
Pod.
Yeah. Sorry. I think we were both a little off our game tonight.
Maybe just a little bit. Speaking of being off a game.
Yes.
I want to talk to you about Inktober.
Okay.
Okay. Have you ever heard of this term before?
I've never heard of this term before. Does this mean we get tattoos?
I mean, so sure.
Okay.
Maybe. You could do that, I suppose. That'd be interesting to get 31 tattoos in a month.
Yeah.
Every day.
Right.
Just across your back or wherever you want
Wherever I want them.
Yeah. So Inktober is this thing that was created by this artist, and I can't remember his name off the people correct me if you want to. I don't know. I think his name's like Jake or something. He started this thing where basically it's like to get people to do traditional ink art, like, you know, actual inking. You could do digital. It's just a good way to get you to do art, right?
Okay.
Like, so basically it's producing a piece of art every day for the month of October. So 31 days of art. Huh. And I was like, this year I'm going to try and do it.
That's awesome.
And they usually have like prompts. There's usually an official Inktober prompt, and it's like one word. It's like one word was bottle, I think was today's, which is, we're recording this, I don't know what day it is. Doesn't matter. There's like things like clock or swollen or I know. Flow or whale, and just like a random list of stuff.
Okay.
But there's tons of them out there, and I wanted to do one where I was a little bit more confined because I don't really do well with just like the word clock. Like, what does that mean? Like, I just draw a clock.
Right.
I'm not very creative.
And you could.
Yeah.
But whatever. Yeah. Sure. And so you wanted something that was a little more confined. Yes.
So what I did was I was looking on, the social medias, and I found one that was like 31 witches.
Okay.
And I started it strong. Like I was doing it day after day, and we're on day 18. And you know how many I've got done?
4.
7.
Okay.
That's not bad.
You know what? That's more witches than I've drawn this month.
Well, bragging over here. I ended up done 7 witches. So like my prompt was like, there was like spring witch. I think I did like a hippie witch.
Oh, God, I love your art.
Oh, thank you. You could find all this on Rocket Orca, my Twitter. And like mirror is the last one I did. And I don't know, like at some point I just hit this wall where I didn't care anymore. Mm-hmm. And I think it was because some of the prompts were like...
Didn't excite you.
Yeah, like sure. Ice skater.
Right.
Fucking ice skater witch. I'm not going to draw a goddamn ice skater witch. Superhero?
Right.
A witch is already a goddamn superhero. Right. What am I going to do? What was another one? Store clerk?
No, that's a terrible prompt.
So I was thinking that it'd be cool if we had our own owls prompt list.
Oh, yeah. I like that a lot.
And
so from our Twitter, every day we would release our prompt.
Well, we're already midway through October, and by the time this releases, it'll probably be...
It's in November.
It's going to be in November. But I still want to do it. Maybe I do, Owlvember.
Well, I mean, there's NaNoWriMo.
Oh, that works too. And maybe like I do a short story around a prompt.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. I'm going to open up...
NaNoWriMo is a novel, but I mean... Why can't we co-opt a thing? I mean, people don't have to follow rules.
Yeah.
You're listening to this podcast. You know rules are bullshit.
Fuck, rules are stupid.
Right.
Another poor noise for Jacob. There you go. Me scooting in. Now it's going to be this every once in a while, Dave. Did I sound like Janice?
No. I mean, I've never met Janice.
I'm going to take all the pickle time stories that you tell me as that you were there.
No, don't do that.
Okay.
Because they're not good stories, and I would not associate with these people.
Okay. Well, going back to our list, I want to make a prompt list of 31.
Do you want it to be art? Because who cares?
I don't know, whatever. It can be art. It could be thought.
How about creative prompt?
Yes.
And because I'm not an artist, I can't draw anything.
I mean, sure you can.
That is not true.
I saw a cute little, like, old mushroom lady that you drew one time.
That was hideous and wrong.
She was so cute.
And in all seriousness, like, if I had more of a gift for it and I could draw things, like, I mean, I'll say like you do. Yeah. Although everybody has their own style, right? But like, if I could draw with the proficiency that you do, I would love that, because there are a lot of really crazy things floating around in my head.
Right.
And I struggle to get them out at times.
Yes.
I think I'm a decent writer, and I think like creative writing is okay with me. But I feel like sometimes like I never have the time to give that its due.
Okay.
And I think if I had that visual art talent, I would really, really enjoy that. And I wish there was a way I could cultivate that more and make it better.
I mean, that's kind of what Inktober is supposed to be for. Like, you are trying to push yourself to do these like things that you normally wouldn't necessarily draw, or like spark your imagination and try. And like every time you do it, you should be getting better, because there is some sort of like innate, like I think we talked about before, where like, oh, your hand to eye thing might be a little bit better innately.
Right.
But it's a lot of skill and a lot of practice and a lot of work to get to be like good.
Right.
And I think most anybody could probably do it. I mean, just in the sense of like, you could do something that visually represents what's in your head. It might not be exactly what you want it to be.
Yeah.
But, you know, time and practice.
Yeah.
And the drive and the desire. I mean, that's the thing, too, is like you have to want to do it, and you have to have the time to do it.
Right. The time is a thing. I mean, like any kind of creative pursuit, right?
Yeah.
Like if you don't have time to give it its due and let that creative process kind of run, it's not fulfilling. But that's what we're doing here.
Yes.
With our Owlvember.
Yes.
We're hoping to inspire people to take more time to do their own creative thing.
Yep.
Whether that's drawing, whether that's writing, whether that's dance, whether that's like slam poetry. I don't care. But I like your idea, and I'm 110% on board with it.
Okay. So we're going to make a list.
Maybe that's cosplay, right? Like,
I want to see somebody cosplay as the first thing that I wrote down, which is brisket.
Yes.
Okay, so we've got our first word, and then you and I can just brainstorm, and then I'll cut it to be what we made.
And then we'll just post it to our Twitter.
Once it's unsuspended. Hopefully it is by the time this episode
It's unsuspended right now.
I don't think so. I'll have to look.
We'll just go to the dark Twitter.
Okay, that's fine. You just have to log into the Twitter while you're in hell. Okay, so Dave and I took a moment or two to come up with a 30 prompt list for Owlvember. And I'll run through it right now, really fastly. You ready?
Go!
Brisket, sea monster, pellet, squirrel, vampire, friend, kettle corn, pizza, cowboy, blowhole, smoothie, President Taft, NASA, chainsaw, celery, dumpster, sandpiper, moon pie, catfish, horse feet, Jerry Monday, crystal, tears, prison, secret, soul, barbecue sauce, ghost, wisdom, and deer leg.
Make something out of that, y'all.
Yeah, good lord. We'll put it up on our Twitter.
Start with brisket, end with deer leg. And lots of stuff in the middle.
Yep. Okay, cool. So I'm going to use this prompt. And I will do it to make myself better. Also, I've already bitten all my fingernails off.
Oh, see, there you go.
Yeah, see? Like that. Getting better.
I'm working on it. I'm trying to get better every day.
Every day is a new day to get better. Okay. So yeah, that's what Inktober is, and I'm glad we made this
Owlvember.
Owlvember.
I'm super excited about it.
I don't know when this will come out. Probably.
But starting in...
I think it will be in November.
Yeah.
Right before. Yeah. Should be.
It'll be close to the beginning. And don't feel bad. The thing is, like with your witches, it doesn't have to... I mean, it's not a completionist thing. You don't have to get all the certificates. You don't have to pass all the levels. Do some stuff.
Yeah. I'm trying to get better at allowing that to be a thing. Because I'm very much a completionist.
Yeah.
So, just, if day 21 strikes you more than day 28, don't do day 28.
And let me say this. We want to see your creative output. Send us your art, send us your fanfic, send us your poetry, send us pictures of your cosplay, however you creatively express yourself. Yep. Send us pictures of the dinner you made based on our prompt for the day. Because honestly, there's a lot of food in there.
Yeah, and that's all we talk about.
And then like half of the stuff that isn't food is just animals. So here's my blowhole surprise. Ta-da! Yum, stir fry.
Great. Wonderful.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Do you know what time it is?
Is it?
Pickle time.
Oh my god.
Are you ready to go down this road one more time?
Do I have a do I have a choice?
Not this week.
Okay, then never mind. All
right. So yes, is what I'm hearing.
Okay.
This week in pickle time,
I'm strapped in.
Pickle bought himself a school bus.
Okay. For children?
No. Oh, God, no, not for children. Oh, no. It was actually one of the short school buses, what I've referred to as a Twinkie bus.
Okay.
Because it's vaguely Twinkie.
Yeah,
sure.
I
hope that's why it's called a Twinkie bus. I don't know.
Okay. Aw.
I know, but I don't know. I don't know these things.
Okay.
But it turns out that according to Pickle, he couldn't legally drive the school bus while it was painted with like the school stuff.
Yeah, did it still have like the words on it, like the district?
Sure,
and, like,
I'm going to say yes. Okay. And so he was required to paint the school bus.
Okay.
So he got some blue cans of spray paint and spray painted the bus blue.
Okay. How many cans of spray paint did that take?
Do not know. And if you ask Pickle this question, he'll say, "How the hell am I supposed to know?" As though this is a question that's never occurred to him. Like, he didn't think about this when he actually went to the store to buy the blue spray paint. He just, I don't know.
So my thing is like, you go to the store, let's just say Walmart, and you get yourself like a 97 can of like Krylon,
right.
97 cent Krylon, and like you buy 5, thinking that's going to be enough for your bus.
And you get like a quarter of it done.
A door done.
Right.
Then you have to go back and be like, well, shit, I guess I got to get another 10.
Right. And then you get the hood done. And,
you're like, oh, fuck.
I'm going to need like 700 cans of spray paint here.
I'm assuming it was like that kind of process because you don't roll up into a Walmart being like, I need a pallet of blue spray paint.
And so, I mean, the reason he bought the school bus was to carry his stuff to and from the flea market.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Because apparently that's cheaper than a van or something. I don't know.
I mean, I guess it depends on who's selling it.
And so he had the blue school bus, but he realized that wasn't super cool, and what he wanted was something painted on it.
Did he do a wizard?
No, he did a dragon.
Oh, that's better than a wizard.
Like the blank spot where like the school district name would go. It was like this long kind of Chinese type dragon. Yeah. And so that was his school bus. That was Pickle's school bus.
Okay. But a flea market bus.
Right. So one of Pickle's friends, Birdman, the Birdman, if you will, came to Pickle, and he was kind of having a tough time of it. He needed a buddy to help him out.
Tough time of what? Painting the dragon?
No, of just life.
Oh, Birdman came to Pickle.
Birdman came to Pickle.
Okay, not the other way.
And said, Pickle, you got to help me. I got to move, and I don't have a place to live. And so after some negotiation, Pickle decided to sell the Birdman the dragon bus, which would then be converted to a motorhome that the Birdman could drive to Florida and start over. There was just one problem with this great, like, totally sensible arrangement.
Okay, I mean, so far, it's all, other than the spray paint, I'm on board.
The Birdman didn't have any money.
Okay.
So he had to buy the dragon bus, on installments.
No. You do not take installments from somebody named the Birdman.
But the Birdman, even with the installments, was short of cash. And so usually his monthly payment for the bus was a little bit of cash and some binoculars.
Like, wait, no. A stack of cash and like...
No, not a stack of cash.
Okay, like...
$30.
Like a crumpled up wad of cash.
Right.
And like a pair of binoculars or like several pairs of binoculars. Okay.
Which is, to me, even fun if you say, I would like a pair of binoculars. Okay. But what the hell are you going to do with 4 pairs of binoculars?
Well, I mean, Pickle sells stuff at the flea market.
That's exactly it. And so to this day, if I say my friend Amber needs a set of binoculars, Pickle will be like, yeah, I'll get you.
Because is Birdman still making installments?
No, I think the transaction was completed and Birdman actually got possession of the bus. I don't know what these terms were, and because Pickle won't tell you these things. If you say, how much did you sell the dragon bus for, Pickle? Well, I did all right. Now, he will tell you when he did really good, when he made a lot of money on a thing. Oh, God, he won't shut up about it.
Like, what does that sound like?
Oh, well, I sold this World War II sword on eBay. I picked it up for $100, but I sold it for $400. I made $300 on that sword.
Oh, so he'll get specific when he feels like he did really well.
But otherwise, it's just, I got rid of some stuff. I got rid of that gun I had.
So he did all right on the bus. Because he probably still has...
Because there is no way to quantify what he actually got in exchange for this bus.
I mean, not unless you're keeping, like, meticulous records of it.
But even at that, what are 40 pairs of binoculars worth?
Well, it depends on what the kind of binocular it is.
It depends on what you can sell them for, and he never sold them. That's why he has a pair of binoculars with your name on it.
Do you know how many binoculars total he got?
Nope.
I like to imagine, like, he has, like, a box of, like, 40 binoculars.
He has boxes of things.
Right.
When he goes on a kick with a thing. He's got a whole, like, bag full of, like, men's rings.
Okay. Just a bag, like a sack, like a Crown Royal sack?
Yeah, probably.
Like, okay.
Probably.
Cool. That's exactly... I like this portrait. I'm probably what I'm imagining.
Like, you're seeing the world, aren't you?
Oh, I can see it so clearly. Because, like, I'm pretty sure in another world, my grandfather and grandmother would be flea market people.
Mm-hmm.
Because, they just had so much stuff.
Like, and, like, he bought a whole, like large box of political mugs at one point.
Can I ask?
Nope.
What persuasion?
Because who knows? He won't tell you. He doesn't know now. He couldn't find him on a dare. Maybe he sold them. Who knows?
Is he, like, I'm imagining... where he lives, kind of like a place that the American pickers would stop.
Yes.
And like want to go through his stuff.
You've got it. Yep.
And then he walks around. He doesn't know where anything's at, but like if they touch it, he could tell you like
the story
of it.
Right. And why he's not going to take less than top dollar.
Right. Even though it's just a box of political mugs.
Because to Pickle, and I know this for a fact, the fact that those SOBs from that show are out there, they don't do that to lose money. They're out there to swindle hardworking folk.
Okay, yeah. Totally. To make a buck off of people's dedication to collecting things.
Yep. So this has been Pickle Time.
Pickle, pretty cool from where I'm sitting a distance away from all of it.
The stories don't end. It's just, it's fantastic. But my heart kind of goes out to the Birdman on this one. Like that's a tough life, man. Because once you've bought the Dragon Bus, you got to somehow convert that son of a bitch to a motorhome, man.
What do you mean? You just take some binoculars.
Yep.
And just start hacking away at the stuff down below. You just pull those suckers out, all those benches. And then you could just like take your binoculars and then like the string part of it, you just start sawing into the back of the seat, and then you convert a seat into like a bed area.
See, the only conversion I'm thinking of is you cut a hole in the floor of the bus and put a 5-gallon bucket on it and put a toilet seat on top of the bucket.
We're living in a binocular world. So what you do is you shine a light.
I'm pretty sure he got rid of all of his binoculars.
No, he just makes them. He just spontaneously creates binoculars.
Birdman is a binocular golem.
He's like, yes, he just it comes up out of him at night.
It's like a chicken. He wakes up and he's laid a pair of binoculars.
Exactly. And so like it's the only tool he knows and has mastered. So that's why he has done his whole Dragon Bus conversion into mobile home using only the
binoculars. Science.
Yes, exactly. So I'm saying you burn the hole into the thing because you use the sun and the power of magnification. And then you can burn your little shithole. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
And then you don't need a stove. You don't need running. I mean, you just go drive to a river. You're good.
Which you could spot from a ways off.
Yeah. Birdman, another cryptid from Pickle Time.
Yeah.
Janice.
Janice
the Percocet blowjob cryptid.
That's it. I'm out. I'm out.
And Birdman, the binocular shitting vagabond cryptid.
Wow.
I didn't get to hear what Blue's deal was. That was last episode. I guess it doesn't matter. Blue is probably just a normal person.
No. That's the one thing you can be sure of.
Anyway, wow. Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome. This has been Bringing Alice to Athens.